Nostoc. Nostoc, also called star jelly, witch jelly, troll butter, or witch butter. This is a cyanobacteria or blue-green algae that fixes nitrogen. It is autotrophic, that is, fixes their own own food by photosynthesis. And this nostoc has got a wide range of economic and ecological importance. Hello friends, I am Antika, and in this video I will be discussing about a general overview of nostoc, its structure, its reproductive strategies and economic importance. Before starting the video, there is a small quiz. Which of the following species of proteobacteria act as biofertilizer? We know that biofertilizers, from the very name, it suggests that this is a fertilizer of organic origin. Biofertilizers are mostly plants that help in improving the soil fertility. For example, the cyanobacteria, due to their property of fixing atmospheric dinitrogen to ammonia form and ultimately amino acid glutamine, this cyanobacteria, they are a good source of biofertilizer. Cyanobacteria, they can be found growing in the uh, in the soil, as well as it can be growing symbiotically in the root or root nodule or the stem of many plants. So the below four options are these are proteobacteria, but which one is a biofertilizer? If you know the answer, write it in the comment section, and if you don't know, I will be discussing it at the end of this video. So let's start the video. Nostoc is a cosmopolitan in distribution, which means that it is found to be growing in aquatic and terrestrial atmosphere, aquatic and terrestrial habitat throughout both tropical, subtropical, as well as the temperate region. So this nostoc, they are found in the form of colony. That is, they do not occur as single filaments, but large number of filaments. They are intertwined in a gelatinous mass to form colonies. Now, the size of the colony depend upon the age of the colony. Colony starts as a microscopic colony, but with the advancement of time, with repeated division, the size of the colony increases such that it becomes macroscopic. Sometimes it so happens that two or even more of the microscopic colonies, they are embedded inside a common gelatinous mass, and this type of collection of colony, it is called a compound colony of nostoc. Now, nostoc has been found to be growing over a wide range of temperatures, especially nostoc thermotolerans. It is a species that is found in the hot water springs. And nostoc verrucosum, it is found to be growing in the Arctic and Antarctic region at minus temperatures. Nostoc generally grow in both alkaline as well as acidic soil, but it prefers alkaline soil. Not only nostoc, but Anabaena and Oscillatoria, other members of Nostocalis order, they are also found to be preferring the alkaline soil. Other members of the order Nostocalis are Aulocida, Nodularia, Anabaena, and Aphanosomino. Nostoc is having symbiotic relationship with bryophytes, with the pteridophytes, and even in the angiosperm. So Nostoc punctiforme is having a symbiotic relation with bryophyte Anthoceros punctatus and Biasia pumila with water fern Azolla. Azolla is also mosquito fern. Then the cycad Macrozamia and another angiospermic plant Guinera manicata. Nostoc commune is found to be growing in the thallus of another bryophyte Phaeoceros. In this symbiotic relation, the nostoc is a nitrogen fixer and the bryophyte or pteridophyte or angiospermic plant is a source of gives actually the carbohydrate. So this symbiotic relationship, by this symbiotic relationship, the plant is getting the amino acid source, the basic nitrogen fixing, and nostoc is benefited by having the carbohydrate source. So this is the left side. On the right side, we see a single filament of a single trichome of this nostoc. A trichome of nostoc is just a string of moniliform cells, that is the spherical cells, and in intermediate of this in the string of cells we can see certain intermediate large cells which are called heterocysts. So any trichome of nostoc has moniliform cells which are the normal cells and enlarged cells called heterocysts. These heterocysts are for the fixation of nitrogen, and these normal cells, they photosynthesize. In the heterocysts, which are the enlarged cells with much thicker wall, there is no photosynthesis but nitrogen fixation, because we know that the chief enzyme responsible for the nitrogen fixation is a complex enzyme called nitrogenase, which is actually sensitive to oxygen, that is it degrades in presence of oxygen. So in that heterocyst, there is only nitrogen fixation, and the oxygen releasing metabolic processes like say for example the photosynthesis and respiration, where oxygen is released, is not present here in the heterocyst, but it is present in the normal cells, because this heterocyst, they have an altered mechanism. They derive their ATP from cyclic phosphorylation, not the linear phosphorylation. So here we see that the somatic cells, the normal cells, and the heterocyst in a trichome. This trichome has, we see that this is surrounded by this mucilaginous matrix, and this trichome with the mucilaginous matrix together, they form what? A filament. So this filament, there are many filaments intertwined with each other in this formic colony. This colony can be hollow as well as solid, and the colony has a pellicle like outer membrane, and which appears rubbery when the water content in the surrounding area, it reduces. So this pellicle like layer and mucilage mass, it protect the nostoc species from desiccation, and these heterocysts under certain conditions, they they these are though nitrogen fixing parts, but under certain condition they behave like they behave abnormally, and they actually start producing, they are just like perinating structures. These heterocysts, sometimes what they do is, during the exceptional time, the heterocyst, it germinates to form a new filament, but that is not normal, but that is in exceptional cases. From one heterocyst, 4-celled germline are produced, but they are very not normal but exceptional cases. And This is the cross section of any normal cell uh, of the filament of nostoc. Here we see that it has a outside mucilaginous sheath that is common in all gram-negative bacteria, and this cyanobacteria or the this blue-green algae, this they have a they have a mucilaginous sheath. And then next comes the inner cell wall, and the cell wall has four layers, L4 to L1, that is from outside to inside. It has four layers. The most outermost layer, the L4, then the L3, then inner to it is the L2, and the innermost layer of the cell wall is L1. And inner to the cell wall is the plasma membrane, and the cytoplasm, it is divided into outer portion which is colored chromoplasm, and the central colorless portion called centroplasm. Now this outer layer, it has, as we see, it has got many thylakoid like structure. On the surface of thylakoid, actually a photosystem 1 is present in the and photosystem 2 are present in normal cell of the nostoc or any other cyanobacteria. Both ps1 and ps2, that is a photosystem 1 and photosystem 2, are present. So in this thylakoid, these are the sites where we can this nostril can photosynthesize. These are the sites of photosynthesis. We see that the thylakoids, they are arranged parallel to each other and as well as parallel to the plasma membrane, and we see that they are peripherally arranged in the chromoplasm. And also in the chromoplasm, we see that there are gas vacuoles, and there are also certain carboxysomes, certain ribosomes, and as well as the cyanophysin. Cyanophysin, it is a protein, non-proteinaceous. Actually, this is not a protein but an oligomer. Uh, that is the product of nitrogen fixation, and this mixophycean starch and cyanophysin, these are the stored reserve material of any cyanobacteria. So in the centroplasm, here there is DNA as well as ribosomes and certain RNA also. So these are the incipient nucleus, or the it is actually the nuclear part of any prokaryotic cell. We know that the cyanobacteria is prokaryotic, that is, it does not have membrane bound organelle. So we do not see endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, or any other membrane bound organelle in this cyanobacteria called nostoc. We do not have any membrane bound organelle. So also we see that as it does not have any membrane bound nucleus, membrane bound organelle, so the proper nucleus, which is bound by where the genetic material is bound by a nuclear membrane, is not present. The nucleus, it is called incipient nucleus, and so far it is the somatic cell. Here we see this is the heterocyst. Here we see that the normal somatic cell is a bit different from the heterocyst. Heterocyst, it has got thylakoids near the poles. Here this is an intercalary heterocyst. It can be also terminal, but in the nostoc, heterocysts are mostly intercalary, but terminal heterocyst can also be found in nostoc species called Nostoc linkia, Lincja. This Nostoc linkia has terminal heterocyst, which means that it has heterocyst just at the tip of the filament, and mostly the heterocysts are intercalary in position, that is in between in the intermediate position of the filament. So so far this is the normal cell and this is the heterocyst, and See the heterocyst. I have made a video in two parts regarding the heterocyst. So if you are very interested in learning about the detailed structure of heterocyst, go to the video part 1 and part 2 of heterocyst. You will be getting a detailed information about heterocyst. What are the genes that are responsible, that start the heterocyst formation, the pattern formation. So in an overview, I should be saying that if any media or that is the water surrounding the nostoc filament does not have, it is does not have much ammonium salts or nitrates, heterocysts are formed in such condition. But if there is already ammonia and other nitrogenous salts, then the heterocyst production will be will be inhibited, because there is no need for heterocyst production, because already the main function of heterocyst is to produce fix the nitrogen. But if already nitrogenous substances are present, then there is no need for heterocyst formation. So under such condition the filaments do not have heterocyst. But in normal condition, this that is in there will be certain deficiencies, especially deficiencies in deficiencies in nitrogen, because nitrogen, it has triple bonds, and it is very difficult to break the triple bonds. So nitrogen, the nitrogen salts being present in atmosphere or in the surrounding of the nostoc species, it is a rare condition. So normally the nostoc colonies, every filament has got heterocyst. This is the reproductive strategies. Nostoc reproduces by vegetatively. There is no sexual or sexual stages. And first, I should be saying that they reproduce by accidental fragmentation of colony, where the nostoc colony, it breaks up. This fragmentation may be due to disturbances like storm, especially during the storm. Nostoc grows in water, so especially during the storm there is fragmentation of nostoc colony. Next is we see uh, this is the Hormogonia, and these are the echinids. We are going to discuss the Hormogonia. Now, what are hormogones? Hormogones are chain of few cells, and they are either formed between this heterocyst, or they are just formed between two necredia. Necredia are dead cells that are filled with mucilage, and this hormogonia and the necredia, these are the sites, these are the weak sites in the filament that either burst or break apart, and hormogonia are released. So what happens is that once the necredia or the senescent heterocyst, it bursts, the trichomes, they are released. The trichome, once they are released, they just move out of the mucilaginous sheath. They slip out. As they slip out of the gelatinous sheath of the old colony, it establishes a colony of its own in a separate place. So sometimes it happens that this hormogonia, this small short chain of cells, here it is, that the hormogonia, sometimes it happens that the intercalary cells of the hormogonia, it divide in a plane that is parallel to the axis of the trichome. This is the axis of the trichome, and so division happens in parallel to the axis of the trichome. Here it is shown, and this hormogonia, which is a chain of 3 or 4 cells, they form an entire filament. And this stage is called the asariete stage, where a hormogone, it forms a fresh this hormogone, which is a few 3 or 4 cells, it forms a entire trichome, and this trichome is released from the mucilaginous sheath. Okay, normally it also happens sometimes that each cells of the hormone they separate, and they are each cell of the hormone also forms a hormone. That is, say for example, there is 4 cells, and each cell they separate and they form in turn a hormone of their own. Then also sometime it happens that the heterocysts under rare condition they start dividing. Generally the heterocysts don't divide. Their sole function is formation of fixation of nitrogen, and these akinites are formed next to the what to say the heterocyst. So but under certain conditions, very rare condition, that the heterocysts they start dividing, and each heterocyst form a 4-cell germline, and these germline are released by the rupture of the heterocyst wall, and they slip out of the mucilaginous filament, and they develop a colony of their own in some other places. And also the akinites, these akinites are formed next to the what to say the heterocyst, and these akinites are also called the resting spore, because akinete have huge accumulation of nutrient, and they have a very thick cell wall. So this akinete, with the thick walled akinete, is rich in nutrient, and they are usually used to tide over high temperature or high aridity condition. So they rest there under unfavorable condition, and on return of favorable condition, this akinete they usually germinate and form a filament. Now, akinites can be formed akinete generally form next to the heterocyte, but they can form singly, or they can form a chain of akinites together. That depend upon species. Sometimes this akinete also they develop a very spiny outer coating, especially in Nostoc spinosa. The outer coating of the akinete is very spiny. Ecological and economical use. So this nostoc, being a fixer of nitrogen, they help in the nutrient cycling in nature. Also, this due to this nutrient cycling, they also they enrich the soil as a source of organic carbon and organic nitrogen. So they are used as biofertilizer. But Nostoc, though it is not the most important bloom producer, but in cyano blooms, Nostoc can also be found. In any bloom, cyano bloom, we do not find only one species, but it is a mixture of many species. Anabina, oscillatoria, then Anabina oscillatoria, and Microcystis, they are the most common species in the cyanobloom, but nostoc is also nevertheless a part of the bloom. And actually nostoc also produces certain toxins. This toxins of nostoc are mainly hepatotoxin and neurotoxin. Say for example, hepatotoxin like microcystin. Hepatotoxins are actually those toxins that affect the liver cells. So prolonged exposure of this hepatotoxin can even cause cancer. And the neurotoxins, they, as the name suggests, it affects the nerves, and anatoxin and saxitoxins are good examples of neurotoxins. And there this bloom, apart from nostoc, blooms are also formed by Anabina, Aphanizomenon, Alexandrium, Cylindrospermopsis, Nodularia, Oscillatoria. So these are all these they form the cyano blooms. They are the part of the cyanoblooms. And nostoc, it produces a neurotoxin and hepatotoxins. Apart from good use, this cyanobacteria also have one bad role in this actually the cyanobacteria, the toxins, they are generally released once the cell wall of the cyanobacteria, it ruptures. So even if there is no bloom, then also if there is dead cyanobacteria, then it can have toxins. So it is very difficult. We generally relate toxicity to a bloom, but even when there is no bloom, but there is cyanobacteria, then also we can have this danger of what to say, the toxins in the water. So ecologically, there is a role in nutrient cycling, biofertilizer, bloom, as well as it has got a symbiotic relation with other plants, and it has got also many culinary use, especially nostoc flagelliforme and nostoc commune. They are used as a traditional food in China, especially they are eaten during the beginning of the lunar month in China. Also it is very much in use in all the Southeast Asian and Central Asian countries. Nostoc ellipsosporum, it is a delicacy in the traditional tribes of the Central Asia. This Nostoc ellipsosporum, it is found to be growing in the alkaline soil of the Central Asian lakes, and this nostoc commune, that is eaten as a salad in Philippines, Japan, China, and Korea. And this nostoc flagelliforme, which is a traditional food in China. This nostoc flagelliforme is actually overuse of this nostoc flagelliforme will be problematic, because nostoc, all the species of nostoc, and especially this nostoc flagelliforme, has one amino acid by the name of BMAA, that is beta N methyl amino L-alanine. This amino acid has been it has been found to be linked with many neurodegenerative disease, that is diseases that damages the neurons, like for example the Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, or even dementia. So nostoc flagelliforme should not be a regular use food. And then we see that nostoc commune, this nostoc commune, um, uh, though it is used as a food, it is also it has a symbiotic relation with bryophytes. And this nostoc commune also is it's a food supplement. It is used as a food supplement, that due to its nutritional value. And then is the nostoc commune. Okay, nostoc flagelliforme has become, due to the over harvesting, because of the cultural significance in China, it has been over harvested, especially from the desert region and Qinghai Plateau and the Gobi Desert region. And this nostoc flagelliforme, being a part of the biological soil crust in this arid area of Gobi Desert and the Qinghai Plateau, there has been increase in the increase in the spreading of dunes. This nostoc flagelliforme, which form the biological soil crust in these areas, as they are harvested, so there is destabilization of the dune. As we know that biological soil crust, they are responsible for stability of dune as well as the soil. So over-harvesting of this nostoc flagelliforme has not only resulted to its endangerment, that is the endangerment of Nostoc flagelliforme, but also it has led to the instability in the soil as well as dunes, and thus it has led to the loss of many other related species in the desert ecosystem there. Then is the quiz. See, which of the following species of proteobacteria act as biofertilizer? Now here there are four options, and all the options, that is all the species of Azospirillum, they are found to be growing in the roots of various type of grasses in the growing in the grasslands throughout the world. And so this these Azospirillum, all the species, as they are found to be growing in the root of these grasses are actually they are allowed to they are cultivated just before the crop so that they improve the soil naturally. With this I come to the end of the video. Actually I have been making many other videos with algae and lichens and the cyanobacteria as well, and I have put the link in the description. Thanks for watching the video. If you like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to get the latest updates. And if you in case want me to make any new videos or want me to make any detailed video of the videos already I have made, please write it in the comment section, and thank you.